Hello everyone. So this evening we're going to talk about emotional aromatherapy. Now, aromatherapy is the use of essential oils to stimulate reactions in our body, wanting to stimulate positive interactions with our cells and with our emotions in this case. So the different ways we can use essential oils through aromatherapy. So you can actually use them directly on the skin, on the hands, rub them together and smell that. Or you can use them in a diffuser. So this will actually emit atomized water with atomized droplets of the essential oil in there. So the essential oils that we're going to look at this evening are the doTERRA brand. And I just wanted to explain a little bit about doTERRA and why it's the brand that I choose to use and recommend to my clients. There's a few different reasons. And I don't have this in front of you, but normally I'd give you this handout. And maybe I'll post a picture of this after the event so you can see that as well for yourself. So just rewinding a little bit and explaining what essential oils are. So essential oils are the components of plants, either in the leaves, the flowers, the bark, the roots of a plant. And then the components that in the plant, they're used for different things. So sometimes it can be for defending the plant, for making the plant grow and actually gain nutrients for itself and helping it to thrive. So we can actually extract those essential oils from the plant, and the way that doTERRA does that is through the least processing possible. So cold pressing or steam distillation, no chemical distillation is used, so you're not getting any contaminants in the oil. And in fact, the doTERRA essential oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. Now that's a big mouthful, so I'll just explain what that means. So certified pure means that they're certified by a third party, tested, that there's nothing except that the plant that it says that's in the bottle. So on the bottle they have, this is a roller bottle version, they'll have the ingredient list and that will have the essential oils that are in there, and they can certify that there's nothing except what's on that label inside. So no pesticides, no chemicals, like I said, in their processing, and nothing that's going to dilute the oil except the carrier oils that they've labelled in there, usually coconut oil in this case. And so you can be sure that there's nothing except what's in there on the label. And this means that it's beyond organic, so there's no toxins in there, and so we can be reassured that we're just getting those potent properties of the plants, oils, and nothing extra. The therapeutic grade part of it is the potency of the oil. So if you have experienced doTERRA oils before, you might notice that they're actually more pungent, more fragrant, more concentrated than you might smell from, say, a few dollars bottle off a shelf in a health food shop or something like that. So they are very high grade, and this means that we can actually take them internally as well as use them with reassurance through aromatherapy, which goes directly up into our brain. Obviously we're smelling that. So we can be reassured that that's not going to cause any problems, and also that it's going to deliver those therapeutic properties to us. So I'll just go through the aromatherapy kit that they've actually got. doTERRA has that in 3 different versions, and I'll quickly go through those at the end. But what we'll actually work on this evening is, and I'll just share my screen with you. When we talk about aromatherapy, doTERRA have provided this little reference wheel. So hopefully you can see that clearly. Maybe I can full screen that. There we go. So you can just see my cursor moving there. So what doTERRA have done here is actually give you a quick reference guide to aromatherapy. So it's matching your emotion to the types of oils that you would use to support that emotion, to balance out your emotions back to a regular level. That's either raising your vibration, so lifting your mood from feeling low, or perhaps calming down an anxious feeling or a hyperactive feeling, and soothing and balancing yourself that way. So we'll just start with the mint oils and just have a quick look at the types of things that we're using these for. So if you have anxiety, at the moment a lot of people do have anxiety around what's happening in the world, what we're having to go through, being separated from our loved ones perhaps this time. Now we know that's for our safety, but perhaps we're still anxious about it and we just can't quite move that emotion away. Now we don't want to suppress any emotions. We want to allow them to flow through, but there is a point where you get to that this emotion is overrunning your emotional balance. So if you're very anxious, if you have a lot of anxiety, if you're feeling insecure, apathetic, the mint oils are the ones that we go to. So we have in the doTERRA range a few different mint oils, and we have some blends as well. So we have peppermint, great for digestive health as well. And if we inhale that or use it in a diffuser, that will help us with our anxious emotions, our insecurities, our apathetic feelings. There's also spearmint, and this one here we have is Motivate. So that one's actually combining a mint blend with citrus type oils as well. So as we move through, we look at the citrus oils. Now there's a whole range of citrus oils in the doTERRA range, including wild orange, mandarin, red mandarin, green mandarin, tangerine is a beautiful one, and the citrus smelling type oils like bergamot, as well as tangerine. So there's a whole range of citrus oils. And so as I said before, the Motivate blend combines these two. So we're moving out of anxiety with this one, and also moving away from discouraged feelings, away from gloomy feelings or distressed feelings. So you can imagine these two pair quite well together. We're wanting to move away from these, and they can come together, these types of feelings and emotions. And so Motivate helps us with those. So as we move around, we go to our spices. So if you're feeling somber, disinterested, bored, so you're needing that lift. So those low mood type feelings are low vibrational feelings. And what the spices and the citrus do together is they help to lift our vibrations. So we have this blend here, it's called Cheer. So you can imagine this one is cheering us up, bringing us out of that somber, bored, distressed, gloomy, all those emotions, and creating a cheerful atmosphere and emotions in our body. So as we move around again, we go to the grasses. So the spices, there's a lot of individual spices, oils in the doTERRA range as well. And these include cinnamon bark, cinnamon oil, cinnamon bark. And we have also cassia, which is a similar one to cinnamon, but different species. We have clove, as you can see in this picture, we have clove oil. And ginger, fresh ginger is a beautiful one too. So those are some of the individual spice oils and some that are included in the Cheer blend. So off we go, we're moving around again. So the herbs and the grasses type fragrances. And these ones are for things like anger, bitterness, and discontented feelings. So the ones we have here, the blend we have, is our passion. That sounds pretty spicy. So what we've got in passion is a combination of the spicy and the grassy and the herbaceous fragrances as well. So we have things like, what have we got? Oregano, some spices, herbs. We have cilantro, we have rosemary, a lot of herbs, single oils in the doTERRA range as well for this one here, specifically for these types of emotions. So as we move around again, we go to the trees. So these are the beautiful Douglas fir, Siberian fir, and then we have vetiver and others like even frankincense is quite a woody one, but this can also fall into the spicy type range as well. It's one that's quite an all-round one, that frankincense. So with the trees, we have the emotions of grieving, sadness, and ashamed feelings. So when we're having these types of feelings, we can reach to the trees. And as you can perhaps imagine, those beautiful pine scents at the Christmas time that brings into the house, just lifting us out of any of these types of feelings. It really does uplift the mood and really does soothe us inside as well. So for this one here, we have this blend called Forgive. So that uses some of the herbs, the grasses, the trees as a very grounding. So it goes in internally. You go inside and you can feel at home inside your body rather than feeling this anger, bitterness, sadness, these sorts of feelings. We can feel more balanced and at ease inside our body. And we can let go as well. So forgive is also about letting go of some of this anger, some of this bitterness, some of the sadness, ashamed or grief feelings. So we move around finally to the floral oils. And that, as you can see, one of those is rose, such a beautiful heart-centered oil, that fragrance. Others include, we have geranium, and these ones are for feelings of hurt, worried feelings, fearful feelings. So we've also got a crossover here. We've got two oils. So we have the console. So as you can imagine, this one is in the more trees or woody fragrances, as well as some of those florals to help us with that, to console any of these sadness, grief, hurt feelings. And then we have peace. So this one is a combination of the florals and some of the mint as well. So taking away this anxiety, taking away this fear and worry, and just being at peace with the situation and just being in balance. So you can see that this simple wheel just gives you a really quick reference as to what you can go towards to relieve, to rebalance when you're having a particular emotion that's just running away from you and you feel a bit out of control. As I said, you don't want to suppress any feelings, but you just want to ease that and perhaps allow a slower release of that. Or it may bring about a release. So you may feel teary, but that will feel like a relief rather than something that you're stuck in. So if we just go back, sorry, I've moved around. If we just go back to look at our individual oils. So just go through again. So this particular kit is called the Emotional Aromatherapy Touch Kit. Yeah. I'll just show you the difference between the touch range and the essential oil blend individual bottles. So it's a little 5 ml piece. So this one has a little dropper, and you can drop it in your hand or into the diffuser and use it that way. Or rub it onto your chest, on the bottom of your feet, or even on your chakra points if you know the reference to those ones. But the one I'm just showing you here is the touch range. So it's got the little roller, I will show you, it's got the little metal roller there. So these ones are actually mixed in with some coconut carrier oil, liquid coconut oil, and they can just be used, applied directly onto your skin. So they're an easy pre-mixed version of the concentrated blend bottles. So it just depends on your preference of how you like to use them. Might be a bit easier if you want to apply to your skin, because we always want to dilute a little bit when we do that. If you just have the touch, it's all ready to go for you. Here we go, and in here you also get your little reference wheel again inside the kit, so that you can easily reference which one you would like to use. And if you just go around, you will see that there's the mint, the citrus, and so on, and you can just refer to which oil would be suitable for the emotions that are within the centre there. So some of the other oil blends I will just quickly show you as well that are great for emotions that aren't in the specific kit that's pre-blended for you. One of my favourites is Lavender Peace, and this is one of the first ones I used when I was introduced to doTERRA oils, or even actually essential oils. This is my first time really getting into using them. So the Lavender Peace is really good for calming and for actually a really good night's sleep. So if you're finding it hard to sleep, and perhaps it's because you have some anxiety, Lavender Peace is great to put in the diffuser. Hello, we've got someone coming in. If you just go to, you're just popping on, if you just go to start video, then you should be good to go. Who have we got there? Is that Vanessa? I'll just carry on. Make my picture bigger again. There we go. So if you are there, just feel free to listen in, or you can go to start video and you can ask me questions or interact. And if you want to mute yourself and unmute yourself, it should be down the bottom of the screen if you're on a computer, or it could be up the side, the buttons on the side if you're on another device. So another blend that is, and so the other individual oil as well as the Lavender Peace is the lavender itself. So that's just purely the lavender oil. And again, great for soothing anxiety and great for sleep as well. What have I got here? So Elevation is another beautiful blend, 50 ml bottle. And this one is called the Joyful Blend. So obviously, if you're feeling a bit low, you can bring some joy back into your emotions with that one. You can use that one as a perfume, so on your body, and also in the diffuser, or you can actually take it internally, but yeah, we'll talk about that. It's probably not as good for the aromatherapy effects to take things internally, but you can do so. And Another of my favorites is Balance. So Balance, oh, I've just got a chat there, I'll just check that one. No, it's all good. Great to have you on. Feel free to unmute and start your video and ask any questions as we go. So Balance grounding blend. So if you're feeling like you're falling apart, you're really anxious, you're really in your head, and you want to just drop down into your body, drop down like you're grounding in with your feet, connected to your body, connected to the earth, reconnected to the physical, rather than being up in your head and just losing it. The grounding blend is beautiful. It has a lot of those tree elements in it, so tree oils, and it's really just, it just brings you back to your body, back to the now, not worrying about the future, the past, just bringing you back. So I love to use that one. Anxieties. And the last one that I will talk about, because I think we are almost out of time, we've got 10 minutes there, is the Adaptive. Now, this is a brand new one. It's come out of the US. Well, all these products come from the US manufacturing. But this one you can only buy via the US market. Now that I won't explain that, it's just a bit of a detail. But the Adaptive range comes in the concentrated oil blend. That's that one, the 15 ml bottle, 250 drops in a 15 ml bottle. And it also comes in the roller, so that's pre-mixed for you with the coconut oil, and you can put that directly onto your skin without too much worry of skin sensitivities. So that's another reason why we have the carrier oils mixed in. So that's the Adaptive, and this one is actually for mental well-being. So again, like the grounding blend, if you're feeling like you're a bit all over the place, you're a bit worried, anxiety, even into depression, even into the memory loss through stress and that sort of things, the Adaptive is just great for the mental well-being in general. So that could be an excellent one, an all-round great one for mental well-being at this sort of time. Because we've only got 10 minutes, I'll just quickly show you the different kits. I'll just share my screen and go to, hold on, just get that up there. I'll just share my screen. Go. So this is the emotional aromatherapy kit in the New Zealand market. So you can see here, this is the cost. And that kit is the small 5 ml bottle. So there's a concentrated 5 ml bottle of the blended oil. And you get all of those, and you get the reference guide there again, and has some explanation for you on how to use those. And if you would like to purchase this kit, I can give you the wholesale price. So you can see here you get quite a decent discount through the wholesale. You just need to message me. Just message me through the event on Facebook, White Bear Wellbeing or Theda Hall, however you like to do that. And I'll put those instructions underneath the video when I pop this up later on too, on the event page and on White Bear Wellbeing page. The other option there is the, let's go to this one first, the enrollment kit. So enrollment just means you're opening a wholesale account. And so as you can see, you'll get this again for a good discount, 310 instead of 412. And you get all those oils again inside the kit, plus you get a diffuser with it. So that's a really good value pack to purchase if you're wanting to enroll with a wholesale account. And again, just message me if you'd like to do that. And the other way to get the pack is to actually, through the US market, and I can just let you know how to do that when you get in touch, you can get the touch kit that I was showing you today. So you get all those oils in the roller bottles. And with a little reference guide inside again as well for you. And that's with the coconut oil already there. So it's $100 US in that case. Okay. Now just, there's a few minutes, we've got about 7 minutes, and you can feel free to ask any questions in the chat, or if you want to unmute or start video, you can chat with me now and ask any questions you have. Otherwise, I'll just carry on with a few more things. Let's give you a chance to type in, start video. So something else that I want to offer everybody at the moment, because we're going through such a stressful time, is that I'm giving a $20 discount off all of my services. And all of my services that are currently listed on my White Bear Wellbeing Facebook page, on the services tab, just go up to that and you'll see a list of the services. They're all $20 off. So the price you see, take $20 off that. And an extra special that I'm providing is 2-for-1 distance Reiki. So if you don't know what Reiki is, it's a universal energy healing practice. It's very gentle. It can be performed on everybody. There's no risk of harm. The worst thing that can happen is nothing happens. But all the people that I've worked with so far have actually experienced some profound feelings, some shifting of energy, even just some nice warm sensations. So it's a really relaxing practice. So for that one, it's $20 off and 2-for-1. So it's $60 for 2 sessions, 1 hour each, and that can be used for yourself or it can be divided amongst 2 people. So it's just 2 sessions of your choosing. So yeah, I'm happy to offer that for anybody who would like it. And you'll see my other services on there include essential oil consultation. So that will be $20 instead of $40. And with that, you get a report. Well, you get a call with me, video call, and you get the recording of the call, and you'll get a short report with my recommendations that we talk about during the call. So that's just a half-hour call. And then there's also things like intuitive wellness consultation. So we just go through anything that you want to talk about in terms of your well-being, and I can provide you some healing, some energy healing, maybe Reiki, things like medicine card readings, things like suggesting what you might want to do, some different practices with your time in isolation, some things with your diet, some simple things with exercise, and things like that. And also I can do one-on-one meditation, guided meditation, and that's using sacred drumming and other energy work as well, and as well as channeled guidance and messages through that way. So I'm really happy to offer those things to anybody who would like it, and I'll keep posting on my White Bear Wellbeing page, letting people know that that's available, and please support me. And as you know, I'd like to support you, but everybody is in the same boat at the moment where all our incomes are being, mostly all of us, being affected by the COVID-19, and it would be great to get your support and for me to support you through this time with your health and well-being. So if there's any last questions, I'll just give you a few minutes and we can just take those. So I will be posting this on the Facebook event, and I'll link it through to my page, It might be a wellbeing page so everyone can see that it's up there. I know there were a few people that were interested in coming along and said they were going to, but I know what it's like, things change, and so you can always have a look at this later on. The adaptive, I just love this one. Came out this year. So it's got wild orange, lavender, copaiba. Copaiba is a really great one for both physical pain but also emotional pain and grief, and just a great overall health one. Spearmint, so we talked about the mint. Rosemary, the herbs, neroli, which is a citrus scent, and sweet gum, which is a plant tree resin one, and this one's for topical use. I just really love the adaptive. It's one of my new favorites. So it's a real broad range, as you can see from that ingredient list. Okay, if there's no questions, I will end it there and hope to chat to you on the Facebook page. Okay. Oh, one thing, next Monday, 5:30, same time, same channel, is Easter treats with essential oils. So I'm going to post up the recipes tomorrow on the page, so you can have a look. And if you are going shopping, you can add it to your list. If you're not, I'll try and incorporate some really simple things so that you probably have them in your pantry already. And we can have some fun making Easter treats. Okay, hope to see you then. Bye.